All right. Welcome to day 59 of Mastering Astral Projection. The last technique that we're going to be working on is the cargo net method. Basically, you're looking at a large cargo net, the kind that the military might use for training, hanging off of a wall. So massive, and you're climbing forever. The benefit to having this cargo net is that you can pretty much reach a hand and a foot out in any direction and find some place to put those. And there isn't as much focus on where you have to grab, and the benefit would be that there's not quite as much focus and you can really scramble up it. And Brian Mercer says he likes to use this when he starts to feel tired and he's starting to feel his ability to stay with the climbing process fade. Something I wanted to comment on, Robert says, is that fooling is done by first emulating the sleep state and then by exteriorizing one's sense of body awareness and consciousness to trigger the projection reflex. So there's a trickery here. The trickery is that you are in your process of letting the body fall asleep, and the body falling asleep is what allows the projectable double to manifest. And if the body is tricked into being asleep but your mental faculties are still awake, that's when you inject your consciousness into the process of the body double or the projectable double coming out, and then hence your consciousness is still mentally awake as well as the being awake with the physical sleeping body. So there's trickery going on here, and I still can't get the process. I still can't do it, and it's really getting frustrating because, I've been working at this now for about a year and a half. I mean, really, I've put a lot of energy into this, and I'm putting even more energy to it, doing a day-by-day process, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out why it's so difficult for me to have an out-of-body experience, unless they are happening and I'm not remembering them, which, maybe that is true, but I have exceptional dream recall, so I still don't know. Really, it's really confusing. Especially when you go on, the Astral Dynamics forum and you read, oh yeah, I've been at this for 2 weeks and I've already had an OBE, and you're like, you suck. So anyway, I'm still at it. Last night's dream was kind of interesting. There's a teacher that I've studied with, and she had a bunch of people come into a room and pick up drums and rattles and start singing a song. Playing a song with a particular rhythm. It was kind of like a polka rhythm, that bump, 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 kind of like that. And she wanted me to lead a singing where I said, "Oh Kindra," in between each measure. And so I was doing these "Oh Kindras" and these different personalities, like Bela Lugosi. Or I did that Wipeout, but from the Beach Boys. No, it's not the Beach Boys. Is that Jan and Dean? I don't remember who that is. Or the Safaris. I think it's the Safaris. And so I was just picking up all these different personalities and doing this. And I woke up from the dream. It was pretty funny, actually. What I want to talk about from the chapter here is nightly spontaneous projection. So really, we're looking at two different methods of getting out of the body. One is what we're doing here, which is staying awake. And the other is falling asleep and getting out of the body. And so I'm just going to go over some things I highlighted from this chapter. It is the presence of awake consciousness during the OBE exit that greatly magnifies the natural OBE exit sensations, which is like a falling and rapid heartbeat and pressure, etc. And then during natural sleep projection, these sensations are so mild as to be unnoticeable. So he's saying that you actually, all the sensations that I'm complaining that I never get, you get also when you're asleep, but they're so mild as to be unnoticeable. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing, that they only become really magnified when your consciousness is still aware of what is happening around you. So while people go to sleep, the expanded energy body slips out of phase with the physical body, which I had mentioned before. And then not long after this, this sensation-free projectable double pops out, and then it just hovers above the sleeping body and just hanging out there. Soon after this, the dream mind becomes active and often disempowers the sleeping projected double. Powerful dream disturbances in the physical world can cause sleepers to partially awaken, temporarily deactivating the dream mind while the projectable double is out of the body. And under the right circumstances, this can cause the real-time projectable double to move into the astral planes. And then when you slip back into sleep, the projectable double may then experience weakened state or even paralysis, which is kind of interesting. So that's like how you would know when you're out in astral projection land that something's happened back home at the body, and it has become awake and then suddenly asleep again. The exit symptoms can often occur during a dream or a lucid dream. And these will appear as full body vibrations, rapid heartbeat, continual falling sensations, etc. And the download will make it seem like a lucid dream. So I haven't experienced that. I can't comment on it, but just so you know, the dream mind and the projectile double are often shifting in and out of consciousness. So that could be happening to me. I've had a lot of weird dreams where I've moved in and out of different dreams. So it could be that that's what's happening, is that I'm slipping back and forth between the dream state and the astral state. And mixed memories are the common end result. So I've definitely had that. I often have dreams that transition into each other really quickly. So that's a curious side effect. Wanted to also note that I've been reading some other forums, and one guy comments on that the method for moving into the astral state is not to do it while in the awakened state like we're doing right now, but actually to take control of moving into the sleep state. And so he says to do your astral projection work first thing in the morning, or do it in mid-afternoon, like before mid-afternoon nap time when you're really sleepy. And he says that that's the prime time to do astral projection work, because he says that that falling asleep state is actually where you get to, that it's easy to move from dream into astral projection. So I'm really doing this at a time where I'm trying to stay awake, but I think it's like riding that line of sleep and wakefulness. So okay, just wanted to give you all that information, and I hope it helps you. If you're having an astral projection, let me know in the comments. I know I'm not getting many views on all of these daily updates, but maybe one day down the road it might help somebody. So thanks.